Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from On The Foot Market. Welcome back to another video on the channel. It is important that we get this upload up on this Thursday night because tomorrow we do have more players going into packs for the screen promotion. So obviously there is going to be some market panic tomorrow. There is going to be some sell-off. It's going to be very interesting to see how it unfolds because we did get some supply this afternoon. However, most of the supply has not really impacted the market. I mean, the market is pretty up, from where it was at a point. If it even went down a bit today, it didn't really go down much. So the market at the moment is pretty good. It's pretty inflated. It's doing pretty well, and I'm not really too worried about it for the near foreseeable future. Now, I'm going to make this video and tell you guys that there's a very decent chance that in the morning tomorrow, people decide to panic sell. I don't know 100% what that unfolds, but there is a chance that tomorrow morning that people hop on and they do panic sell some cards. I would say 100% you guys could expect that. Now, if you don't actually get that, then I think what you could really ultimately expect is that there is a chance that EA do the same thing again where they go ahead and they just kind of crash the market. That's another very... It's got to be a possible thing that's going on in your mind, right? That EA has the potential to do that. But what makes things really interesting is that tomorrow, Ultimate Scream goes out of packs for the first set. So the first set goes out of packs tomorrow. All of these guys will no longer be packable, in Screams. So there is a chance for these guys to rise. Look, I want to be honest with you guys. I'm really against investing at the moment just because of the nature in which EA is kind of controlling the market. I mean, theoretically, guys, they are really just dropping SBCs 24/7 to try to crash the market. And it's not really, I think, in anyone's best interest to consistently invest, to consistently do this. I mean, one of the big failures this year has been the Team of the Week investing, and it's been something that has been so reliable in the past, but we've got to look at it now and be like, hey, like, this really just hasn't been working. A lot of these special card pickups just haven't been worthwhile, haven't been worth it to do, and they've held people back in coins, and I think we're really waiting for those SBCs to really push some of these guys up, but we're not getting them. I mean, for example, we got this Bergman at 28, I mean, he's 16K, so a lot of these guys are either being overinvested in, not by the community that watches me, but just by the general community. And it's been unsuccessful, man, a lot of these informs. So I think we got to look at it in that regard and be like, hey, like, EA is really supplying these cards this year. And the reason for that is there's so many, like, pack and player SBCs that are coming out. And when you have all these SBCs, yeah, I mean, it's making for the potential that a lot of things are crashing that are out of packs, right? Because even stuff that's in packs at the moment, out of pack stuff should always be okay, even in market crashes and things like that. But when EA drops all these crazy SBCs, it does allow for that to happen. So tomorrow we'll be getting a new Scream objective as well. So Jekko will pass. I don't know if it's already passed. It will pass if it hasn't already. And then we've got marquee matchups, Beware of the Lions. So you've got all these SBCs out at the moment. I'm going to complete these tomorrow at 1 p.m. with the newer cards that come out, just to kind of, for that concept, I'm going to complete these with the new cards that come out. We're going to get a new set of 11 cards tomorrow morning, which will bring some hype to FIFA. There will be some excitement. But my best take would be that, you know what, guys, if you want to take some money on some cards right now, that would not be a terrible idea. Top tier cards are starting to do a lot better, which I think is something that I'm noticing, right? Top tier cards are doing a little bit better. Neymar is now over the 1 million mark. He's now actually at the 1.01 mil. So these guys are slowly creeping as time goes on. Even with the Blues coming into the game to kind of regulate the price a little bit more, they are still going up. Messi is about 1.4 right now. So these guys are slowly increasing. And a lot of people would ask me, Nick, what do you think about Messi, Neymar, and these guys? And like, where do they go in the future? And I just don't think they stop. That's the reality. I just don't think these guys are going to stop going up in value. I think they will do nothing but continue to rise. It just doesn't make sense to me for anything else to happen, right? They should just continue to go up, and anything else would be just shocking to me, man, if they did anything besides that. The top tiers as well would also include Mertens, Inform, Mane, Inform. I mean, these kinds of players will also continue to do well just because you guys can really see their rarity in full effect now. So the best kinds of things to start looking at buying potentially and investing and taking a look at would be stuff that is like this kind of card, right? When there is panic in the mornings, looking at a type of card like Mane, because these guys are getting wickedly rare now. You guys can really start to see that Team of the Week 1 is actually getting really rare. Neuer, Benzema. I mean, these guys, if you look on the market, they're not quite dinosaurs yet, but they're getting there, man. They're getting pretty close to it, which I think is always something to look at and consider as you guys invest in the panic. Now, keep in mind, the panic could happen tomorrow morning. If it happens tomorrow morning, there's a chance that that's the buy point. I don't know to the full extent yet, guys. I'm not really sure the full extent to which what's going to happen tomorrow with the market, right? I don't know. It all depends, guys. And this market has been so unpredictable this year because last year there was this constant trend on Fridays where there would be panic selling on Friday mornings. You'd pick it up and you'd sell it at night because the idea is that people got to play weekend league. This year, it just seems like at times, at 1 p.m. Friday, they just kill the market with supply. And past that point in time, the market just does not really rebound at any point, man. It just kind of dies. And then Saturday to Saturday nights have just been kind of like market death point. The market has been dying at that time in recent memory, which is, I mean, it's not a great memory, right? It's not something we all want to remember, but it's been something that realistically we need to be prepared for. We need to understand that, hey, the market tomorrow night could die. It could also go up. I think what you guys will have, which is pretty unique, is I think you guys will have the ability to decide what you want to do at the given time. And what I mean by that is, like, I think you guys will be able to decide at 1 or 2 p.m. You'll have a little bit of time where even if EA doesn't crash the market initially, I think you guys will be able to be like, hey, you know, I can still invest, right? And I think you'll have this kind of period where if we don't actually get anything, then tomorrow night the market will fly. Because obviously weekend league is going on and things like that. So if we don't get anything, you guys can expect the market's going to absolutely skyrocket. That's for me a 100% thing that will happen. What you could also expect is that if EA does bring out stuff, you should probably wait 3 to 4 hours after the time of the release of the SBCs to start buying is what I would recommend. That's my deepest recommendation. And a lot of you guys have been asking me with these discard informs, like, what am I really doing? For the most part, guys, I'm keeping a lot of these guys, man, for the most part. I'm not really doing much. Some of the lower tier ones I am discarding, and some of these ones were like the ones that I had packed just to get a few extra coins into the club. I mean, nothing out of this world. And some of the discard informs are doing a little bit decent. I mean, some of them are chilling at like 10 to 11K. So make sure if you guys are liquidating a few of them, you guys are looking at the prices. A lot of these guys at some point were literally 9.9. So the fact to see them at 10 is nice, man. It's nice to see some of these guys at 10K and actually selling a bit. But you guys can see that some of them you'll check out are starting to get a little bit more rare than others. With the market, you guys can start to see. It's up to you guys if you want to hold on to these. I've been recently taking the money on a few of them just because it's been working for me, right? To just get a few extra coins going on. Now, also, I wanted to keep you guys updated from today. This is where I'm at for red. So I did get red Griezmann today. I got red Di Maria and red Mina, which is really nice. And then for the weekend league, a lot of you guys were in the comments saying, Nick, are you going to play Griezmann instead of Dembele? I'm going to keep Dembele. 5-star. Griezmann's going to come on the bench in the second half. He's going to replace Dries Mertens. We're going to go Griezmann, Dembele, Neymar, Messi for the front four in the second half. So that's what we're going to end up doing in the second halves for the team. We're doing 4-2-3-1. And then also, at a certain point, I do need to buy back Baby Hullet because Baby Hullet's going to be totally coming back into the team. Kind of waiting on this guy until tomorrow morning to see if I get a little bit of kind of one of those panic deals on him. Kind of waiting for that thing. That would be the ideal thing. And at the moment, guys, all I'm really been trading is icons. I've been trading a few different ways of icons. Nothing that crazy. I did do a video on icon trading a few weeks ago about how to do it. And I've been trading a lot of different ones, man. I mean, now that I got 3.5 mil tonight, I will look at some higher tier icons. But I've been trading all types of them, man. I've been trading like Van Nistelrooy. I've been trading pretty much every type of icon you could think of. I've been trading at some point in the last 24 hours. It's just been fun, man. It's been a little bit of a different, breath of fresh air for me. Some of the reward slips that we picked up did really well, so reward slipping is looking like it will be on for the few upcoming weeks. And if you guys didn't learn already from this last week, the best time to buy/invest for weekend league rewards is on Wednesday, because EA's dropping the market every single day of the week, more and more and more, to the point where then it does become a really, really nice buy window on the actual day before the rewards, which is how I've always done it. I've always, if you guys have watched my YouTube videos or anything, I've always invested the night before rewards. That's like my signature thing. I always just wait till the last possible minute, and it's not out of laziness. It's out of genuinely, like, it's always just been the nicest time where I'm always investing for rewards, like right as EU is going to sleep, and then the market turns off at that time, and it's just weird, and it does put you at a little bit of a disadvantage if you live in Europe, right? Because if you do live in Europe, you're kind of put in this weird spot where it's not as favorable to, as invest for rewards. The best time to invest for rewards is really, guys, it is like a few hours before rewards the night before. And at that time, it's already, 3, 4 in the morning in Europe. So it's not worth staying up at that point. Also, here's to hoping that the servers tomorrow are a little bit better. The servers may actually get relieved a bit tomorrow because there's a new Call of Duty coming out. So hopefully some people, not saying hopefully, but you know, some people maybe choose not to play Weekend League, and maybe your gameplay experience this weekend is a little bit better. That's the plan. I don't know if I have much else to add, guys, tonight. I mean, I think for the biggest thing tomorrow is that you will be streaming all day. So if you want to come watch, you'll come watch. We'll kind of be keeping tabs of the market. I don't really play Weekend League in the morning. I mostly play in the afternoon. So we'll be keeping tabs of the market most of the morning and kind of checking in and just seeing, hey, where's this guy? And just the normal stuff, man. Nothing that crazy, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see. I'm curious to see how the market is going to react tomorrow to whatever, right? Because last week we didn't get any panic selling on Friday because nobody expected really anything to panic about. And I feel like now, you know, people are going to be waking up tomorrow morning and be like, hold on a second. Like, we got, we have something coming potentially. And I think that there's maybe a magnitude of, or scale there that could provoke people to panic sell a little bit. And I think we'll have to evaluate if we feel like it could go lower after one or if it could be the lowest before one. I think what you guys got to keep in mind, and the biggest thing for me, is I'm going to try my best to stay away from golds. I don't want to touch golds anymore. I'm tired of them. All I do is take L's when I'm doing golds. I just don't want to touch golds anymore. I feel like they are just, every time I'm doing a gold investment or something, I'm hating it and it's not going well for me. What I've been sticking to recently is just informs. I did do golds yesterday with Fabinho, Firmino, Umtiti, and Lewandowski, and we made a solid probably 100 to 200K on rewards, only put in $1.5 million, which is a really nice return. But I think if we're going to go with golds, it's got to be the right time. We got to say, hey, this is going to really work for me. I know this is going to work for me. I don't want to do golds anymore where I'm risking things, or I don't know if something's going to work or not work. So we'll keep that in mind. And as for that, boys, that's probably all I got to talk about tonight. I don't really have much else to talk about. You know, other than that, we got some promo panic potentially tomorrow, and I'll see you guys for that in the morning. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.